Have you ever pondered where the concept of zombies originated from? These creatures of the night have infiltrated every corner of our pop culture, sparking intrigue and fear with their insatiable hunger for human flesh. They are the reanimated dead, their existence a chilling blend of horror and fascination. But where do they come from? What are their origins and characteristics? There are tales of zombies born from viruses and infectious diseases, their hunger spreading like wildfire through bites and bodily fluids. Others speak of dark magic, curses, and rituals, of supernatural forces that stir the dead back to life. Some accounts tell of scientific experiments gone awry, of manipulations of life and death that reanimate corpses. Others still whisper of exposure to radiation or toxic chemicals, of ancient curses and artifacts that resurrect the dead. So how did these intriguing creatures come to be? Let's delve deeper into the spine-chilling world of zombies and their genesis. The concept of zombies dates back to ancient times, with the earliest depictions found in Haitian folklore. Here, the zombie is not the voracious, flesh-craving creature we know today. Instead, it's a soulless body enslaved by a sorcerer, often referred to as a bokor. This figure, shrouded in the mystic practices of voodoo, was a symbol of ultimate fear and control. It represented a fate worse than death, to be trapped in your own body, devoid of free will, forever serving the whims of another. From this early portrayal, the zombie mythos began to seep into literature and film. It was often tied to voodoo practices, a reflection of Western fascination and fear of this misunderstood religion. The concept of the walking dead, bodies resurrected yet devoid of their former selves, sent shivers down the spine of anyone who dared to imagine it. In the early 20th century, we see literary works like William Seabrook's The Magic Island, which introduced the term zombie to the wider English-speaking world, and early films like White Zombie, where the undead are created through voodoo to serve the wicked. These depictions, while far from the modern zombie, began to cement the concept in popular culture. Yet the zombie was not static. It evolved with society and culture, its characteristics morphing and adapting. As time went on, the portrayal of zombies began to reflect societal fears and scientific advancements. Fear of disease, nuclear fallout, and the consequences of unchecked scientific experimentation began to influence the zombie narrative. The mindless servant turned into a relentless predator, the shuffling corpse into a sprinting horror. This evolution was a reflection of our own anxieties, a mirror held up to society. It showed us our fears, our concerns, and our potential downfall, but it also showed us our resilience, our ability to survive, and our determination to protect what we hold dear. As time went on, the portrayal of zombies evolved, reflecting societal fears and scientific advancements. The zombie, much like us, is ever-changing, a testament to our collective imagination and our enduring fascination with the macabre. In the late 20th century, zombies underwent a significant transformation, becoming the flesh-eating creatures we are familiar with today. This shift in portrayal marked a new chapter in the evolution of the zombie narrative. The film that arguably lit the spark for this transformation was George Romero's 1968 classic Night of the Living Dead. In this groundbreaking film, zombies were for the first time not just reanimated corpses, but creatures of horror, driven by an insatiable appetite for human flesh. The cause of their reanimation? A mysterious radiation from a fallen satellite. The fear factor was not just about their appearance or their gruesome diet. The horror lay in the idea that anyone, your neighbor, your friend, or even your family member, could become one of these terrifying creatures. This was a far cry from the mindless, shambling creatures of Haitian folklore and set the tone for the modern zombie. Then in the late 90s came the Resident Evil franchise, which took the zombie narrative a step further. Here, zombies were the result of scientific experiments gone terribly wrong. A secret viral weapon, the T-virus, could reanimate the dead, creating horrifying creatures with a taste for human flesh. The idea that our pursuit of scientific advancement could lead to our downfall added a new layer of terror to the zombie narrative. The transformation of zombies into horrifying, flesh-eating creatures was not just about upping the scare factor. It reflected societal fears and anxieties about disease, death, and the unknown. It tapped into our fear of losing our humanity and becoming something monstrous. This depiction of zombies set the stage for a new era of horror and has been influential in shaping today's zombie narratives. From The Walking Dead to World War Z, the modern zombie continues to evolve, keeping audiences on the edge of their seats and ensuring that zombies remain a staple of the horror genre. From infectious diseases to supernatural forces, the origins of zombies vary greatly in contemporary narratives. Today, we delve into the diverse roots of these gruesome creatures that have haunted our screens and books for decades. Firstly, a common origin story for zombies is an infectious disease or virus, often transmitted through bites or contact with bodily fluids. It's a chilling scenario that asks the question, what if our world was ravaged by a contagion that didn't just kill but also reanimated the dead? This horrifying concept is seen in series like The Walking Dead and films such as 28 Days Later. The supernatural realm is another wellspring for zombie lore. Dark magic, curses, or occult rituals are often the culprits behind the undead rising from their graves. Classics like Night of the Living Dead and Evil Dead showcase this eerie aspect of zombie mythology. Scientific experiments gone terribly wrong is another narrative device used to explain the existence of zombies. The idea of humanity playing God only to have it backfire in the most horrifying way is a central theme in movies like Resident Evil. In addition, exposure to radiation or toxic chemicals is a popular explanation for zombie outbreaks. This often results in mutations and the horrifying reanimation of the dead, explored in films like Return of the Living Dead. Lastly, some narratives tie the zombie phenomenon to ancient curses or artifacts. These stories often weave in elements of the supernatural or occult, as seen in films like The Mummy. Despite the varied origins, there's a common thread that binds all zombies: a relentless drive to consume human flesh. It's this chilling characteristic that strikes terror in our hearts, making zombies an enduringly horrifying presence in popular culture. So, whether they are born from a virus, a spell, an experiment, radiation, or an ancient curse, zombies continue to haunt our imaginations, one terrifying tale at a time. Despite their diverse origins, all zombies share a chilling characteristic: a relentless drive to consume human flesh. While zombies are a popular element of horror fiction, could they exist in the real world? Well, the short answer is no, at least not as we know them from movies and books. However, there are certain real-world scenarios that can somewhat mirror the zombie concept. For instance, parasites and diseases that can manipulate the behavior of their hosts. Let's dive a bit deeper into this eerie reality. One of the most fascinating examples is the fungus Ophiocordyceps unilateralis, which infects ants, takes over their brains, and forces them to act in ways that favor the fungus's reproduction. The infected ant leaves its colony, climbs to a suitable leaf, and bites down on the leaf's vein. The fungus then kills the ant and sprouts a spore-releasing stalk out of its head. It's a chilling parallel to the mindless, driven behavior we often associate with zombies. Another example is the parasitic wasp Ampulex compressa, which injects its eggs into a cockroach. The wasp's venom not only paralyzes the roach, but also alters its behavior, turning it into a docile, zombie-like creature that the wasp's larvae can feed on. Then there are diseases like rabies, which can cause aggression and a lack of self-awareness in infected humans. The symptoms can be reminiscent of zombie-like behavior, but it's far from the Walking Dead scenario we see in horror fiction. These examples, albeit unsettling, are part of the natural world and have evolved over millions of years. They are a testament to the power of evolution and the intricate relationships between species and nature. However, they are a far cry from the reanimated corpses craving human flesh that we see in zombie movies and TV shows. To reiterate, there is no scientific evidence supporting the existence of zombies as we know them from fiction. The zombie apocalypse remains firmly in the realm of horror movies and our nightmares. While we can breathe a sigh of relief knowing that a zombie apocalypse is purely the stuff of nightmares, the concept of zombies continues to captivate audiences around the globe. Zombies, despite their horrific nature, have an enduring appeal in pop culture, but why? The allure of these reanimated corpses goes beyond a simple fascination with the macabre. Zombies serve as a mirror, reflecting our deepest societal fears. They embody anxieties about pandemics, societal collapse, and the erosion of humanity itself. Survival narratives involving zombies provide a thrilling adrenaline rush, offering an exploration into our primal instincts. They pose the question, what would you do to survive? This, in turn, leads to a deeper exploration of themes like mortality, humanity, and the fragility of civilization. Zombies challenge our comfort zones, pushing us to confront the unthinkable. They remind us of our own mortality and the impermanence of the world we know. They invite us to consider what it truly means to be human, to be alive, and perhaps that's the real attraction. From their origins in ancient folklore to their modern-day depictions, zombies remain a fascinating and chilling part of our cultural zeitgeist.